This should be a Canadian vessel carrying $250 million of Canadian energy. Instead, these are Scandinavian vessels carrying American energy. How did we get here? First of all, I'm in North Germany, in Wilhelmshaven, which is a major import hub for all of the European continent. In February of 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine, which woke the Europeans up that they could no longer depend on the Russians to supply them with gas. They needed to move quickly. So, within 2 months, the locality here granted a permit. That's right, 60 days. The permit was granted on a Sunday and a day off because that is how urgent it was. They then, in a total of a couple of more months, converted this existing jetty so that it could accept large quantities of natural gas, which run from that ship through this pipe and then all the way, as you can see over there, back to the coast where it is quality control checked and then put into the energy network and sent all across Germany and throughout the rest of Europe, where that energy then heats homes, powers industry. It's used to make other petrochemical products that are necessary for a modern economy. In the process, though, they are now buying American and Qatari gas instead of Canadian gas. Why? Because we can't get out of our own way. Canada has no LNG liquefaction facilities in the eastern provinces. Therefore, we cannot serve the European market. We only have one on the west coast, which was approved by Stephen Harper. It is taking as long as 14 years to grant a permit for construction to get underway to convert our gas into liquid and put it on ships. To be clear, we have 1,300 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. We are the 5th biggest supplier in the world, but almost all of it goes to the United States at enormous discounts. They then resell it at huge profits, so much for elbows up. In fact, LNG in Canada is trading 90% lower in price than it is here in Europe. In other words, we could literally quadruple the price we're getting now and charge our European friends half of what they are paying. The price economics are incredible. Imagine if boatloads of natural gas from Canada were coming here to sell, and then boatloads of $250 million cash payments were returning, what that would mean for both sides of the ocean. It would allow us to fuel our friends and power our paychecks. It would make us stronger at home and have unbreakable leverage abroad. It would diversify our trade, and that is why I'm here to listen to these incredible people, local leaders, engineers, business people who made this project happen so that we can replicate it and those ships can be Canadian ships.